everybody! Get out of here, Kingpin! You're always hogging the screen! Hey everybody, this is Dr. Norbert coming to you live from London in 2025. I survived and we made it through holidays, and now we are back into the regular routine of things. And I'm super stoked to bring you Season 16, Week 1 of the MCP TTS Leagues. With me tonight, I have a special guest co-host. This is my good friend, Angus. He is a few things for me. He is, first of all, my London clubmate. Secondly, he's one of the most creative guys in MCP that you can imagine. He's always messing about with affiliations and characters and using them in unusual ways, which is always a lot of fun. So he'll have a lot of good strategic banter for tonight. And most importantly, he makes the most disgusted faces whenever I make jokes with sexual innuendo in them. And if we're lucky tonight, we can get one of those faces to pop up here tonight. But remember, it's family-friendly show, family-friendly. But nonetheless, I've always have a way to make you very uncomfortable. Welcome, Angus.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. I think you'll probably manage to work one in, to be honest. It's pretty rarely that we get through an event without me making that face at you at least once or twice. Pleasure to be here. This is the first stream of the year, right?
It is.
I've been wanting to come on for a while as well, so I'm glad I managed to get me on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm super stoked that you're here. Thank you for filling in. All right, let's get right to it so the boys can get their game started. Gil is from Denmark. He's also the event organizer for the WTC, so really important person in the community. And he's playing Asgard tonight. What did he bring? He brought Baron Zemo 1, Beta Ray Bill, Lady Sif, Loki 2, Namor, Valkyrie, Toad, Thor 2, Thor 1, that's nice, and Lady Jane, Mighty Thor. Cards, he brought Brace, Freya's Blessing, I'm a Baron, Odin's Blessing, Patch Up, Prince's Protection, Rainbow Bridge, Recal, Trickster's Boon, oh that's fun, Warpath. All right, I'll get your thoughts on that in a moment, so hold them, Angus, so we could just go to the other side. On the other side is Kain. Kain is from Poland, always one of the most innovative countries when it comes to tabletop war games for some reason. Don't know why. Maybe it's the vodka. Anyway, he's brought Midnight Suns, which is great because I'm on them right now, and Angus has been playing them as well a little bit. He's brought Ghost Rider 1, Dr. Voodoo, my colleague, Blade, Chosen of Bass, Black Panther 3, Beta Ray Bill, Iron Fist, Nick Fury Jr. with the Grunts, The Living Mummy, Red Skull 2, and Immortal Hulk. So this is a really strong outlay of Midnight Suns that seems to be evolving is emerging, I should say, in the meta. Siege of Darkness is the cards, Recal, Patch Up, One Below All, Joint Effort, Heroes for Hire, Eye in the Sky, yeah. Okay, so he might play Shield. Oh, no. Eye in the Sky is unaffiliated. Yeah, so it just goes with Nick Fury. Yeah, I learned that the other day. Cosmic Obliteration, Brace, and Bats the Ghost Hound. All right, cool. Let's quickly take a look at what the crises came up. According to Gil, Gil won Prio and picked his Secures, and they're both 19, so there's no threat changes there. The Secure turned out to be Intrusions, so I'll explain that in a moment. On the map, and then the extract turned out to be Deadly Legacy Virus. Notably, both of them are 3 items across the horizontal middle of the map, so that's a little scary. The map tonight comes to us from, oh gosh, this is an old one. Morgan Reed, Draz, and Rytackle. Wow, these are some old school guys. And thank you very much for making this a nice classic MCP map. All right, cool. Let me tell the guys that you can go. And Angus, over to you. What are your impressions of those 2 rosters?
So I have actually had the pleasure of playing both of these guys in the past couple of weeks. On the same rosters-ish. I'm a fan of both. I think the Midnight Suns one is potentially more, I guess, is more hot, right? Everybody's on Midnight Suns at the moment. Everybody's keen to see them. We love to see Master of Hydra, Red Skull Master of Hydra in there. He's so scary to play against, and he's really good with the bump. It's interesting with Gil, he doesn't have Brothers in Arms, So we're not seeing those crazy 10 dice attacks, but he does have brace, which is going to be really useful against potentially an Immortal Hulk. I'd be surprised if he did turn up here, given the fact that we'll be on a central fighting map, and there's not really any getting away from any of these guys here. So I'm expecting a big brawl. And yeah, those are my takes. I guess I suspect we probably won't see Nick Fury here because he's really good for the grunts and things like that. He does have good damage output, and the Iron Sky is great, but there isn't really anywhere to run on this map. So yeah, I suspect we won't see him. But there's both teams have some really powerful pieces dealing with this, and at 19 threat as well, they'll have access to everything they want. We might see that Trickster's Boon coming in if Gil decides to go with Loki. But I think both Asgard leaders will be good here, I reckon. It's just my opinion, but we're about to see, I guess.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, Angus, for giving us a little overview. I think you're absolutely spot on about these two rosters. They are meta monsters at the moment, both pretty standard. A couple of small changes here and there, perhaps from other people, but not much. These are emerging as really big ones. Asgard's been on the scene for a little bit a while like this, but Midnight Suns now is rushing onto the scene with these new builds. All right, the map is, as I mentioned before, is the secures and the extracts are 3 items straight down the middle, top of the screen, middle, and the bottom. The secures are if you interact with them, you can drop your extracts and then roll a die. And if you don't roll a skull or a blank, you get to place yourself within one of another one. Otherwise, your opponent will place you there. Meanwhile, the viruses, you pick them up. They're each worth 1. If you pick up another one, if you have one rather, and you want to pick up another one, you have to pay it 1 extra power than normal. And if you happen to assemble all 3 of them on the same character, that guy immediately KOs and you get 6 VPs. So relatively slow map. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think 6 is pretty much as low as you can go, aside from Research Station, which is only kind of a low scoring crises, scoring extract. So yeah, pretty slow. We're definitely going to get some fighting here, and there's the classic extract versus secure priority split, because the person with priority has the opportunity to grab more extracts. The person who's going last has the opportunity to secure more secures. So I suspect we'll see quite an even game until fists start flying,
okay.
which could be pretty soon.
All right, let's see what Asgard brought. Remember, they have priority. So he's brought along Baron Zemo 1. He's brought along Lady Jane, Thor 2, and Loki 2. Not sure then who the leader is just yet, so I'll ask him. Patch Up, I'm a Baron, Brace for Impact, Odin's Blessing, and Recal. Pretty standard cars otherwise. Let me ask him what leader. What leader are you running? Okay, because he could do either. Let me get rid of that.
I think he'd only have to decide after he's deployed models,
correct. Correct. I'm sure he has it in mind though.
Yeah, for sure.
I should hope. Meanwhile, Kain has brought along. Oh god damn it! See, look at us starting the new year off poorly already, man. Hitting that space bar like a noob. Get out of here. Oh, remind me to tell you about my nephew later on, Angus. Blade, Immortal Hulk, yeah. Iron Fist and Ghost Rider. Ooh, so pretty standard. Apart from having 2 big high threat characters in there, which is kind of interesting. We'll see how he manages that. So he's going to, but he doesn't give up. He's not going wider or narrower than Asgard, as it turns out. Siege, One Below Wall, Patch Up, Heroes for Hire, and Brace. Also very typical cards. What are your thoughts?
Certainly spicy. If you compare it to Gil's selection, it's definitely got a bit more speciality in there. So we just have the sort of Odin's Blessing recals style. I think it's interesting to see the Ghost Rider without Deal with the Devil. I don't know if how good it would really be here, because all of your characters are pretty high value when it comes to not letting them die. But it means that what is normally a pretty invincible character, because he can just come back again with the Deal with the Devil card, is not being played here. So he's just a standard 5 threat, super fast. He does, however, hand out Hex, which is really great if you can get that down on some of these big beaters.
Yep, absolutely. I was thinking of that. Sorry, not CGR. Ghost Rider's got that thing where the more his people get hit, the more he can do stuff, actually. And what does Asgard want to do but hit them?
That's a very good point. And he's got the out of action damage back on the crits, which we're likely to see quite a few of.
Yeah,
coming from the
exactly.
Asgard team.
So he might be pretty clutch so long as he doesn't, so long as he survives.
Yeah, definitely. I would have quite liked to see a sacrifice in here. Obviously, Kain doesn't actually have on his list, but if he did have sacrifice, this would be one of the games where I'd expect it to come in particularly useful. Yeah, so both iHulk and Ghost Rider are going to have no problem getting onto the midline while getting attacks off, which is definitely good for him to try and capitalize on whatever happens with the Asgard first moves. Iron Fist Spender is going to be really amazing. You can get this down on any of the big guys, really, potentially game winning there. And Blade kind of feels a bit like the weak link out here. He's not weak as such, but just easy to kill.
Sure.
So yeah, it's definitely got to be quite a bit for.
I can tell you, I played Iron Fist into Asgard, and all he did all day, I had Wong keep throwing power on him, even though other people could have used it, so I could charge him up faster. He got hit a couple times, then he suddenly in the 8, Thor 2 was activated the rest of the game. Round 2 onwards. It was not fun for the other fella, but I had to say I was very satisfied with that.
Yeah, I definitely have a soft spot here for the Midnight Suns. Asgard being the meta monsters that they are and have been for a while. It's nice to see a list that can definitely do some damage. And we're about to, see the first opening game.
Here we go. First move of 2025, Angus. Woohoo!
Woo!
So that's Baron Zemo. Gil's activated Baron Zemo up. Probably had to double move him up to that and grab the extract on the bottom side. So I should say the deployment. Deployment was straight down the middle was Thor 2, Lady Jane to his left, Baron Zemo, I don't know, somewhere on the left probably, and then Loki also on the left. So heavily weighted on the left. He didn't go to the right at all. That's interesting. Meanwhile, Kain put Immortal Hulk sort of down the middle, Ghost Rider just to his right, Blade flanking hard right, Iron Fist flanking hard left. Baron Zemo moved up and picked up the first extract and is sitting now on top of this size 3 building. Do you have any beverages tonight, sir?
I do. So I've been drinking some herbal tea, but because I'm on this stream, I have actually gone out and I've got myself a nice drink that I can drink alongside you.
All right. You're
gonna, like nice-ish.
Is it a reveal later, or are you going to do it now?
We can reveal it now. I'm drinking Lef. This is
nice.
Just a lovely beer. Not straight from the bottle. I've got myself
I was going
nice
to
glass.
suggest, sir. That's not a beer that you drink out of the bottle. I have as mail that my Belgian, the last few bottles of the best beer in the world, the Belgian Westfalaten 12. Did I bring you back one of these bottles? Were you one of the folks that I brought one?
I didn't. No, I didn't grab any. That's okay.
Okay. Maybe next time I get it, and I'll save one for you.
Yeah.
Cool. So cheers, everybody. Have a great year ahead. Hope you get a lot of games of MCP, and cheers, Angus. Oh, yeah. It's been a little while.
Cheers.
I was in Egypt and didn't drink very much because of that over the holiday break. Not that I'm complaining, but man, does this beer now taste really sweet after that break. Okay, what did we miss? Whole lot of nothing.
People are thinking.
Yeah, people thinking.
I guess the mind.
Sorry, go ahead.
The mindset here, if I was in either of these players' shoes, is I really don't want to get my big guys hit first. So you just got to try and figure out a way around that.
It's the chicken. You know, people playing chicken with each other. Who's going to activate the big guy first?
Yeah.
Mordred wants to know about your beer. He's got the Belgian Lef blonde, so he's got the blonde, not the brown. I do prefer the brown myself, but I would not say. Oh, and is that the full wine bottle sized one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Angus coming.
Just in case.
In case this is one of those 5-hour games we've heard about. Oh, I love it. Angus. Ugh. Well, the thing with mine has to be at 3:30 because this thing is literally probably double your alcohol, and it's 10.2%.
0.2%.
Yeah, 10.
So strong.
So it has to be drunk with deliberation. You don't neck these bad boys.
It's a sipper.
It's definitely a sipper. I tried to warn the Brits every time I take them to Belgium. I say, look, You're gonna have a good time. Everyone's gonna be feeling good. These are not the type of beers you're used to. They're like, yeah. And sure enough, John from the club, he was there in Belgium, and I gave him one of the triples. So I think that was more like 12% or something like that. And I said, it's 12%. I saw him naked. Honestly. Not all at once, but like very fast. And he told me, he said, ooh, I feel a little woozy. I said, I told you. All right, so Iron Fist went ahead on the top and picked up that extract, is actually sitting on the extract as well. Sitting on the secure as well. Looks like Gil then moved up Loki 2 to double secure the bottom one, so he's going to own that secure unless Kain devotes his entire team to looking after it. And he hasn't said he was done just yet, but maybe that's just an oversight. I'm trying to see if it's Loki. Okay, so Gil's confirmed. He's playing Loki 2 as the leader.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think that's smart, actually. It's likely that he's going to get quite a lot of value out of that leadership for Loki on a map like this, where he can get the spender out, keep doing the damage, as there is going to be a lot of attacks flying around soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the setup. This is all, turn 0, and this is all about putting your plan onto the table, essentially. And then it's like round 2 onward is whether you chose wisely or not, essentially. I mean, sometimes people put stuff up quite early, and then you can, hit them on the midline. You hear about that stuff. But man, I don't know. My games, at least with our meta in London, one of the best metas in the world, you don't get those easy pickoffs, really.
Not really. I think we've all fallen afoul of them at various points. Anybody that's been to a couple of tournaments here has definitely got before, so we're pretty careful with that stuff. This I'm surprised by, though.
Yeah. Did you see he played one below all?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for people at home, one below all, if he has like an activated token or something, I don't know, but he can get rid of all of his conditions. But if he doesn't, I forget what that trigger is. Do you remember what it is that changes the way the card works?
Yeah, so after he's dazed, he drains all his power, turns it into health, gets an immortality token.
Right.
The immortality token disappears when he gets back to full health. He gets back to full health by either healing him or at the end of each activation following receiving the immortality token. So on the next round after he dazes, he'll heal 1. So he can get Immortal Hulk will continue to like heal back when he's got the token. So that's how he gets rid of it. On the other side, it's getting rid of tokens.
I'm sorry. Let me interrupt you. So sorry. I was asking about the trigger on the one below all card. I know if he's doesn't have activated token or something like that, then it essentially is a 2-inch place. But what is it if it's not?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think it's getting rid of all conditions.
Yeah, it's definitely get rid of all conditions. It's all conditions, but I don't know, what does it he need to have that version of the card work?
Oh, just the immortality token.
Oh, okay.
The difference
so if he has the immortality token, okay. So if he has the immortality token and plays one below all, it removes all the conditions off of him. However, more often than not, people play it without the immortality token on it, and what that does is it's a free 2-inch place. So he's used that card to then place, move, grab the extract, and then move back for a safe grab, essentially, which I haven't seen before. It's an interesting move, don't you think?
Yeah. The reason it surprises me is because Kain has last activation of the round. Could have held off using Immortal Hulk, could have used his bump from Midnight Suns, Bump of the Night, and then the one below all card to get onto a middle point, or at least in punching range, depending on body blocks and stuff like that, of anybody who goes on that middle point. So because he used him early, he managed to get the token, but he's actually not he basically has shifted the Damocles sword that is the Eye-Hulk scary activation on the first round. So he's moved that out of the way for getting
and blowing a card. I find that card so valuable. I'm very careful about using it, but maybe it'll pay off. This is why we watch these games. Angus, so Lady Jane has moved up to the center portal. She tried to portal and failed the roll, and so Kain put her at the bottom which makes sense because it's kind of everybody's ganged up down there already, so she'd be really useless down there. So Gil went ahead. She gets 2 power because she's an Asgardian, so she interacted a second time with the bottom portal and failed a second time. The worst. And so Kain just moved her right back up into the middle. So not where Gil wanted to be, undoubtedly.
Yeah, definitely. Gil's definitely going to have to think about whether or not he wants Thor to be sat on that middle point or to go after what's his name, Iron Fist, here, or potentially towards Hulk. I'm not really sure. I've not played this as the Asgardians or anything like that, so I don't know what the decision making here is or who's the priority target. I would imagine it's probably Hulk since he has priority, but I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. I wonder if Gil will try to prioritize taking down Ghost Rider because of those interactions that we talked about at the top of the show. With Thor 2
as well.
You know,
Ghost Rider also has that terrifying spender.
Yep.
Which would be really good if you could get that onto any of the big Asgardians, really.
Yeah. All right, so Ghost Rider moved up to the middle point. I hear dice being rolled, so I think he is attacking Lady Jane. Looks like 3 hits with a crit. Crit rolls into nothing, and Gil's got 3 saves, so looks like nothing happened.
Nothing, but the wild is Hex.
Hex. Ooh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. So they exchanged pleasantries, and she got the cooties from Ghost Rider afterwards. It's always the way. You got to watch out for these hot guys on motorcycles, right, Angus?
Yeah. I was going to make the same joke. Yeah.
Oh, right on. Oh, I have tainted you. I think your levels of debasement have come down a little bit since meeting me. I don't know.
Maybe I'm a bit more okay with it.
You resigned yourself to it, maybe.
Where do you think Blade's going to go here? It seems like a bad idea going into Zemo and
you think?
And Loki. Yeah,
like a bear
something
trap
about that
down there. I don't know. I mean, maybe he'll go up there to try to teleport. That's all I could think.
Yeah, yeah, that would work. Yeah.
And go to the middle as a result. Or he could move once and do his his long range attack and hope for the trigger so he can move a second time to try to get towards the center, but not sure. All right, since it's already been mentioned in the chat by Poulet, one of our French brethren, we have big, exciting times ahead of us, Angus, don't we? Because this weekend, we're streaming on Wednesday. This coming Friday night through Sunday is finally the Mutant Weekender. The hunt for Weapon M is happening. And you and I are both going to be there along with Poulet and Gil.
Yeah, I can't wait. I've been so excited for this.
Me too. I'm so thrilled about the reception we've gotten from it. Thor 2 moves up and goes ahead and attacks Ghost Rider. Oh my god, and Gil crushed those
Massive
dice.
hit.
Oh god. 7 hits into 2 saves. That's 5 hit points out of Ghost Rider's 8. Yikes. And he's going to re-roll. He got another 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 minus 2 is 6 points going through, and now he's got enough power to throw that taco truck into him as well.
Yeah.
Or himself.
And he can throw himself. He can do both, right?
Yeah, well, first I'd imagine he throws the truck to get it out of the way, and then
I think if you're Kain, you don't brace the truck. You just have to try and naturally roll the truck. Because if you brace this and then Thor throws himself into you, and he might just daze you anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess it gets him to burn the power off of Thor, but he usually has enough anyway. There's another size 3 dumpling restaurant behind them as well, so there's going to be another throw. So it looks like he saved 2. That should have been the size 3 truck, right? So it should have been 4 damage coming in. Saving 2 should have. Yeah, there it goes. Then he took both, and so that's it. He's dazed.
Ugh.
Yeah, well, this is not that. It definitely was a good roll, but not that uncommon.
Yeah.
Oof.
I was a bit worried about that when Ghost Rider went up there to stand in the middle.
Yep. That's the thing. Ghost Rider, he's got some good health, but he isn't the tankiest of boys. And he's kind of like, he has some decent hits and everything, but he's more of like a mobility support piece to my mind. And so you can't really throw him up into the fray until he gets a spinner online, and then look out. Ugh. That thing is a kick in the
Yeah.
nuts. Now,
There's notably no survival from Midnight Suns here either, so there's every possibility that he gets KO'd at the top of the top two.
oh yeah. Yikes. Yeah. So yes, we are going to be in West London this weekend. We've got an amazing 2.5 day adventure for everybody set up. Got a narrative around it. I'm really excited about how we managed to pull together a narrative around a competitive event to kind of give it a bit of a flavor. And there's a surprise at the end of the event I'm going to allude to now, and I'm not going to say any more, but there's a surprise as far as the narrative is concerned. So it's like, ooh, yeah. Really enjoyed your podcast as well, talking about your preparations for it. Oh no, you didn't. That was Cable's Conquests, but I'm sure you
Yeah.
and Coddle on Rapid Fire will be doing a wrap up of the event.
Yeah, so we've actually recorded an episode, like a pre episode, and we're gonna slap them together. So we have a pre and a post. So in the one episode, we can give what we were planning and then how it actually went, which should be really fun. So we've done the first half of that. Hopefully, it'll be a good format. I quite like this idea of having the entire event, the wind up, and then the results in the one episode. So we'll see how that goes down. But I'm excited for it.
Yeah, that's cool. So everybody go on Spotify and check out Rapid Fire, the podcast. And if you want to hear more about the Mutant Weekender already, you can listen to the episode that's out by Cable's Conquests, also on Spotify, but also I think on Apple Podcast apps and other apps as well.
Yeah. So we saw Blade move up here. He hit he threw a throwing glaives into Lady Thor, and Mighty Thor, and he got the trigger as well. So he's advanced up there. Behind Immortal Hulk. Is that it? Everyone's activated.
Yep. So what did Blade do?
He walked up, he threw his throwing glaives, which is his range 4 physical attack. He hit the hit, which is the pursuit trigger, so he can advance short towards the target, which was Mighty Thor, and he has put himself behind Immortal Hulk.
What do you think is the purpose of him being back there?
Stop Immortal Hulk being displaced, I think, because that would be great, a real win if Gil could KO Ghost Rider and then also displace Immortal Hulk to the win with the spender. That would be a really big win. So I think it's quite a good move, although it does kind of risk Blade. But at this point, I suspect he'll be getting priority at the top of round 3 anyway. So he's just kind of setting himself up for the Eye Hulk show to come in and smash everything.
All right, the score at the end of round 1 is 3-3. Kane's got 2 extracts and the top secure. Meanwhile, Gail's got 1 extract on Baron Zemo at the bottom of your screen, and he owns the bottom and middle secure. That leaves Gil starting round 2 with priority. Let's see what he's
I'd be feeling pretty good about this if I was Gil.
Yeah, what do you do? Thor 2, wipe out CG. I keep saying that. Wipe out Ghost Rider?
I kind of think either of the Thors can probably do the job. Mighty Thor does loads of damage, and they're both very good into Immortal Hulks as well. They can both do a lot of damage. I think maybe you do go with Thor 2, because I think Mighty Thor actually has
she's hexed.
The potential. Well. Oh, she's hexed. Okay, maybe I think you want to make sure you get that KO, so you go with Thor here.
Yeah. Thanks, PHP, for reminding us about that. Now, Angus, the reason you grimace about my horrible jokes is because you're a nice northern lad, right? Isn't that right? Where did you hail from? No? No, but you lived up there.
No, I did. Yeah, I lived up in Liverpool in North Wales for years. So I wouldn't say I learnt my manners up there, but I've definitely come down, and we don't stand for that anymore.
I mentioned it, and I'm going to tell you why in a moment, but let me catch people up on the game. So I think Thor 2 is going into Ghost Rider and did not have as good a hit this time. It looks like 3 hits into, and then he's going to do a reroll now off of Loki 2. And Ghost Rider saved 1, so not a great save either. But okay, looks like 3 hits into 1 save, so 2 damage going through, I believe. Yeah, 2 damage going through. Cool. Let's see what he's doing. So, yeah, I mention it because our dog, who we love dearly, she's turning 2 next week, as a matter of fact. We had to drive all the way up to the Lake District to pick her up because she's a purebred poodle, and they weren't any real reasonable what do you call them, breeders down here. So I had to drive all the way up there. Anyhow, she's the sweetest dog that I've ever come across. She wants to be friends with everybody, and she wants to say hello to everybody, and just wants to play and have a good time, and is the mild-mannered, perfect, gentle dog. And I attribute it to her from being from the north. I just, just, whatever it is that goes on up there, it just breeds that kind of mannerisms and good-heartedness.
My girlfriend's from the north, and
right.
she is all of those things.
Hey.
She's lovely, very kind.
See, it's
so
true.
Maybe
it's true what they say. What region is she from, or what city?
She's from Yorkshire.
Oh, Yorkshire. I love Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Don't put me on the spot. Ask me which Yorkshire. I can't. I'm not. Yeah, not good with the maps, but definitely the north.
Okay. Do you know which color rose Yorkshire's associated with? Oh, Angus, please.
Red rose? Tudors?
I think it's red. I think it's red. Lancasters are right. But Jim's on the stream. He's from York. He will tell us if I got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the correct thing. War of the Roses, obviously. Yeah. Still happening, I think, in a like a subdued manner. All right, Thor 2 hit him again. Also didn't get that great of a hit. 4 hits into 1 save. That's 3 more damage going through. Ghost Rider is now on 5 out of 7, and now Thor 2 is throwing the size 3 building into him. Brace is still online, though, so yep, he plays Brace, so that goes away. But Thor can now, let's see his power. Yeah, he's got loads. Nope. I think he has enough power to throw himself. So now he'll he's size 3 for some reason. So that's 4 damage coming in now. Let's see how Ghost Rider does. Which one's White Rose, Curtis? Who's White Rose? Or are you talking about Mr. Robot, White Rose? That's a great series, White Robot, Mr. Robot. Oh, it's such a good one. Yorkshire is the White Rose. Oh, we got it wrong. Yeah. Sorry, guys. We both have been thrown in the doghouse now with the North. Yeah.
Oh, that's KO Ghost Rider.
So the pounce into Ghost Rider does the dirty.
I bet he wishes he had deal with the devil now. Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. Oh dear. It's not unexpected, to be honest with you. The first hit was nasty, but all this is not to be expected. Ugh. Bye-bye. PHP Chrono has no mercy.
Yeah, I think...
sorry, Curtis, is there some mnemonic to remember that Yorkshire is the White Rose? Give us some sort of... Because I keep screwing it up. And I don't want to do that, especially when I'm in certain company. So if there's a mnemonic to remember White Rose to Yorkshire, please let us know. Go on. What about the game, Angus?
Yeah, so I mean, he's got priority now. That is Kain has priority now. So good job, Kain. He smashed it. So he has kind of got open. It's open season on trying to KO Thor 2 now, and if he can KO Thor 2 without losing Hulk, he's still in the game. Even dazing him this turn would be really great. So
okay, Hulk has used his superpower to place himself within 2, which is now in range of Thor 2. He's rolled a hit, which not terribly good. I think his trigger is wild as well, so he didn't even get the trigger to throw him or push him. I can't remember.
That was a bump.
Oh, it's just a bump even. Okay, even cheaper. Okay. First attack, though, did literally nothing. So let's see. He'll probably do it again. Yeah. You know how I'm gonna remember it? York. No, that doesn't work either. Damn it. Oh god, see, this is what happens with big dice pools. I am a big fan of having lots of grunt attacks as opposed to these big dice pools. They never work out for me, and this is what happens. Okay, so he got the trigger. Is it a throw or a push on the regular attack?
It's a throw.
It's a throw. Okay. Any direction too, so he could throw her into Lady Jane, which actually would be a good thing. Gil was trying to use a reroll from Loki to get another save, but did not get it. So he saved 1 out of the 3 hits. So that's 2 damage going through for that. And here's the throw into Mighty Thor. And Gilbert uses brace, so makes sense. So she's safe for now. But I-Hulk can still throw from his superpower once more. So we'll see what he does if he does it. He's got the power for it.
I think if I was Kain here, so an important power value for Asgard is 3, which is enough for Odin's blessing. I think if I was Kain here, I think I would just go for broke and Siege of Darkness, and continue to just try and KO Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so he's pointed at Mighty Thor, Lady Jane. I'm not sure why.
I think it's her activation now.
Oh, okay.
So
he didn't put the tick down, so I got confused.
The tick is on the left hand side on I-Hulk.
Oh, weird. Okay, so she did great. She rolled well. 3, 4, 5 plus a trigger into just 1 save, so that's 4 damage going through already. Oh god. But you know, this is the thing. This is why I don't like playing these kind of factions like Asgard. And I did it when you play against Red Skull 3, although that one's a little bit less so. Or when I played Guardians of the Galaxy. I just hate throwing dice and hoping for the best. It really drives me up the wall. And I'm a Salt Lord as it is. And so if the whole game plan is just roll better than your opponent, it doesn't do well in my brain.
Yeah, Yeah, I also struggle with that at times. The big dice pools, though, I think you just kind of just got to get a bit zen with them. Make sure your stuff is in good positions, and then hopefully the dice lead in your favor. But this has not gone great. No. So the throw off the attack from Lady Thor has thrown I-Hulk into Blade, and I-Hulk is very big.
Yes.
So Blade is not going to...
That's 5 damage coming into Blade.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Lady Jane's already put 5 damage onto I-Hulk himself out of his 15. All right, so Blade saved 2 out of those 5, so he's taking 3. That puts him on half health. And she's got a range 3 attack. She is so good. Thor 2 definitely overshadows her, but I don't... just by a margin, and I don't know what it is, but people focus on Thor 2, rightly so, I suppose. But she is no slouch. She's like 85% of Thor 2 with that goddamn range 3 attack. It's insane.
Yeah, she doesn't have the self-throw, so she doesn't have quite as many instances of damage. But throwing off the this is like dream scenario, right? Throwing off the builder, throwing a size 4, it's amazing.
Second attack does not do very much. She, with a reroll in from Loki, she does 3 hits and 2, no saves. So that's 3 more going straight through into I-Hulk. So that should put him on 8. Yep, 8. There it is. And I think that's all she's got left to do. Now remember, she didn't even need to roll crits. She's hexed, but didn't matter.
I think she got the throw again, right? It's the throw on a wild.
Oh god, yeah, and sure enough, threw him back into Blade, and Blade just. That's a dazed Blade. Oof.
a couple of Kane's decisions here have really spiraled in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Using that brace early to actually not save Ghost Rider, and then not having it heal is very painful.
You want to give any spoilers to the listeners about your affiliation for the weekend?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm I do, of course. I love spoiling my list ahead of time. They're weird anyway. Mine's not that weird actually this time. It's okay. So I've got a criminal syndicate list, and I've basically ported over a lot of my Hydra characters that I was loving. Some of them are criminals affiliated anyway. So I've got a Kingpin MODOK list with Red Skull 2, and I had to have a little bit of spice in there. So I've got Frankenstein's monster in there as well.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, so I can't wait. It's been going well. I played my my first league game earlier this week, and had a good time against Rookie Boys Hellfire Club. We had a good game, and I managed to get the win out there.
Oh, congrats!
Thanks. So
Loki
we've
2
got
teleported himself successfully, I think, to the top of the board where Iron Fist is, and then I think he's just attacking him.
A good block from Iron Fist, though.
Yeah. So Iron Fist only takes 1. That's lucky. Good thing is, I think Iron Fist's martial artist works against mystic attacks, though, as well, right? No, it does not.
No,
okay,
it doesn't.
That's bad times then. Yeah, Loki 2.
It's only Shang-Chi.
Thank you. All right, second attack goes in. 2 crits. And the save is 1 save, and 2 hits into 1 save altogether.
Okay, so that's
lucky. Very I was doing. I'm on the new podcast called Across the Bifrost. If you haven't heard, we restarted it up with the blessings of the original creators. So me and Jamie are doing that. And when we reviewed the Silver Sable box, it occurred to me that she's just remarkably suited to play Shadowland Daredevil. Have you ever thought of that?
Oh, I've been eyeing it up. I don't actually own that box. The Shang-Chi and Silver Sable one. But yeah, I think she looks great. I just haven't put her under the table. I agree. I think she looks like actually quite a good answer to this sort of team, because she can like really rip out a lot of big damage. Maybe I'm not this exact crisis scenario, but yeah, I think she looks really good. I'm not really sure why people haven't played her very much. I think it might be the similar sentiment to what you were saying about relying on dice. But she's got so much going on in the kit. Yeah, she seems really good to me.
Yeah, and she's affiliated criminals, so that's a plus. And she gets the extra reroll from Shadowland Daredevil, which I was only mentioning, and it's so thematic. She's up there on a building, and everybody's like, somebody's holding the goods or sitting on the secure point. She's just taking, headshots at them. I mean, that is just so cool.
Yeah, definitely. Also, like, her gun is good. It's a good gun. It can move people around. It can give out conditions.
Yep.
It's a gainer, which is not always good, but in her scenario, in her situation, I think it probably is. And her superpowers are very, very good.
Yes. So if you want to hear more about that, subscribe to the Across the Bifrost podcast. We have it up on Spotify and also Apple Podcasts and other kind of podcast apps. And you can hear our full thoughts there about her and all the other boxes that we've reviewed so far as we catch up from where the original hosts left off. Okay, so Loki 2 did his 2 hits into Iron Fist and then teleported himself back down to the bottom secure. Now Kain is moving. He bumped Iron Fist a little bit forward.
He measured range 4, but range 3 attack.
Yeah. So he'll have to move if he wants to attack. He might have been better off trying to teleport.
He's got a legacy virus, so he would have to drop the legacy virus if he was going to move.
Fair. Got it.
I like this though. This is good. This is the offense we want. It's the offense we need. Moving up. Hopefully he moves into range for that range 2 attack to try and get the stun on Thor 2, which would be really big.
Yeah, looks like he is. Yep. So he's setting himself up for next round. You know, we have so many nations coming to the Weekender. Did you know this? If I'm
I
remembering
know we've
correctly.
got.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry.
No,
No,
sorry.
I know we've got a few, but I don't know how many. Tell me how many.
Yeah. So let's do this roll real quick. So it looks like Iron Fist probably did his normal attack, which did not do very much, if I'm doing this right. It 2 hits into, oh, no saves.
2 damage.
Yeah, 2 damage through, and it's a gainer, so he'll get just 1 power out of that.
This is his
Oh, was it?
builder.
It was the builder. Even better.
Yeah.
Because then now he's got 6 power. This is ideal because he gets 2 next turn, and 8 is what he needs to do the activated attack, the spender. And he's got priority next turn, so he'll be able to shut down Thor 2 straight away, which is huge.
It's actually Kain is going to have so many good options at the top of the next round. I'm not actually sure where you go with it because with Immortal Hulk there and Priority and Siege of Darkness up, I don't know which one is actually better as far as activations go, because if you leave Immortal Hulk where he is and don't deal with both Thors, then you might lose Blade, which would be a disaster. Because of what Mighty Thor can do when double throw Thor into Blade. That's not that unlikely to happen again.
Nope.
So I don't know where you go. So we'll see. It's going to be an exciting start to the next round.
Next round will be really crucial for Kain, whether he's going to stay in this game or not. Okay, it looks like Gil is trying to eye up where Baron Zemo is going to go with his long-moving charge. Yeah, so countries. We've got Ireland, UK, France, Belgium, Germany, Austria, Slovakia, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Norway. I think that's everybody. Forgive me if I've forgotten somebody. So I think that comes out to 10. 10 nations are coming. I mean,
that's pretty good going.
Yeah. I was going to say, Angus, London is expensive, which tends to put these events out of reach a lot of times. On the other hand, it's super easy to get to because of how extremely well connected the airports are in London. So if we were able to find a place that we did to make it a reasonable cost to actually come, the hotels then kind of, you can mitigate the cost of the hotel as a result. And then the flights are usually dirt cheap. Ryanair flights, 50 quid return, something like that. Who knows? So I'm super thrilled about everybody making the trip over, making it really multinational. That's so exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait to see everyone. Obviously, we've both been to quite a lot of the international events, you more than me, and seeing so many people we played with before and seen before at these events come to London for an international event is going to be great.
Yeah. Okay, Gil's played I Am a Baron after all. It is round 2, so he probably gave himself 2 extra power. And now is going to charge into I-Hulk. Yep.
Ooh. Oh, he's just outside of range 2.
No, is he? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
It seems it, yeah.
Eek. He'll just bump. Oh, wait. No bump. I love bump. It's so good.
So it looks like he's doing the spender here. So it's a 6 dice attack with a movement, with a medium movement on the end of it.
And it's range 3, crucially. That's why he's able to actually make that attack. But that'll get him now into range 2 if he moves towards him. So it makes sense. Not a great hit, but he gets to reroll all except for the skulls.
No, he doesn't.
What does he do with the?
That's because he didn't spend for Master Swordsman.
Master Swordsman.
Because Master Swordsman is only range 2, so he wouldn't have been able to do that anyway.
He re-rolled off of Loki 2's leadership. That's what it was. Yeah. Cool.
Another big hit.
And his own reroll. He gets his own reroll, of course.
Yeah.
Strategic genius. Okay, so 4 hits into just 1 save. So 3 go through. Putting I-Hulk on 12 out of 15. And bleeding.
I think it's a big win if I-Hulk doesn't go down here for Kain. I admittedly losing Blade is not great, but yeah.
Ooh, looks
If
like he's going to spare him. Looks like he's decided to move back rather than do the second attack. Interesting. What do you think's going on here?
I think he's probably trying to preserve points. It's going to be a big point round for Gil here with well, actually not. Just 3 points. Okay, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. So iHulk still got one. Iron Fist has one. And Baron Zemo has one. And is now out of danger, I suppose. But I'm not sure about that. I think it's a chink in the armor, maybe, for Kain to come in and change the course of the game.
Yep. So Gil's on 6 points at the end of round 2. Wait, are we? Yeah, there it is. Okay, now it's moved. And Kain's on 5 points. Not far behind, but the attrition is definitely in Gil's favor at the moment. But as you said, this is exciting because now Kain's got priority and a lot of options on the table.
Yeah, that iHulk with 10 power is nothing to sniff at. That has every potential to just blow up the game right now.
Nick has explained what happened with Zemo. He walked and then spendered. And so then he used the spender move to get back. So he wasn't in range to charge in the first place. So that was the problem.
Oh, we were way off base.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what the chat's for.
Thanks, Nick.
These guys are great. Keeps everybody engaged. It's all a big production. Everybody's got a role to play. And sometimes mine is just drinking beer and making jokes. And the chat does the streaming for me. All right, somebody's rolling dice. So I assume it's iHulk into who or what? What's happening?
Oh, is that no, that's a
oh my god.
A Iron Fist spender.
Right. Okay, fine. So yeah, he's done the spender. Damage is inconsequential because you just automatically get the activated token on the target regardless of damage going through. So I'm waiting for the tech to confirm that I have thought through this correctly. God, what a horrible hit. Poor Kain. Look at that hit. I know it's not maybe the entire purpose of the hit, but still. 3, 4, 5, 9 failures. 1 success. Oh, God, the dice gods are shitting all over Kain.
He's just got to hold on, though. Like, hopefully that wasn't the big hit coming this way. He gets an activation out of Immortal Hulk, and hopefully he all crits all the way down. Crits and wild all the way down from Immortal Hulk.
Keep in mind, though, Loki's going to keep putting damage onto iHulk for each of those, potentially.
No, so Loki needs to be in range of the target.
Oh, you're right. Loki's already down here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, Thor 2 is activated, although he didn't take any damage, and now Iron Fist is hitting him again for another shit. Oh my god. No, wait. Is that literally the same hit again? No, he didn't roll.
Oh, is this the clapback from...
Oh, it's Thor's clapback. Can he... I guess he can do that when he's activated, yes. So tell everybody about that, which is another aspect of Thor 2. Good lord.
So much like Baron Zemo, Thor has a counter-strike, but it's not called counter-strike. It's... don't remember the name of it, but he spends 3 power and rolls 7 dice instead of 4 for the counter strike, and I think it's range 3, not 2. And for each crit and wild in the roll, the opponent takes damage.
Yeah,
just like counter strike, but better.
7 dice and at range
3.
Okay, sure. Okay, it looks like Iron Fist decided to attack the second time into Lady Jane. Rolled 3 successes into actually only 1 save. So 2 more going through.
And that's a stun as well on the wild.
Okay. I'm so rusty. This weekend is going to be yeah.
So the attack didn't just complete then. Mighty Thor has a defensive reroll ability on her card, so she spent power to do that. So only 1 damage currently is going through. She may still use the Loki reroll though.
I think she just spent the power to do so. Yep. So look, she's going to completely roll out of this.
See,
Yep.
chat, we can keep track.
And she does it.
Oh,
She saves
yeah.
all three. I'm telling you, Kain most certainly did not sacrifice appropriately ahead of this game, and he is now learning the folly of his ways.
Oh, that was the
It's
place attack. So the wild isn't a stun on the place.
Oh, okay.
It's
Got
just
it.
a gainer. Sorry, chat. I thought I had it right. Nope.
No, sometimes it's not easy. You can't fault yourself all the time because
Yeah.
you're not there, and that you never know exactly what they're doing. You're inferring a lot of it. I have to say, it's much easier to call games in TTS because of the overhead display on top of it. Doing it live, you'd really need a table judge to kind of telling you everything. Okay, that was it for Iron Fist. I guess he got the biggest part of his job done, but now Lady Thor is going into Eye Hulk to try to blow down his 3 last hit points. Oof. Not with that hit, though.
We're seeing a Heroes for Hire.
Ah, nice. Heroes for Hire. Okay, Iron Fist is going to take this hit then. That is sensible. Very sensible. And let's see. She's done nothing, though. 1 hit. And he saved it. And now he's going to throw her away. But she has a charge.
Do you throw? She does, yeah. Do you throw her into
no.
Thor?
I would get her. No, right? Because she's still active. And you want to get her out of the way so she has to at least charge. Potentially maybe not even have... What? Tell me.
The charge is good for her, though.
Yeah, I know.
Because she gets extra rerolls on the charge.
Do you have the Asgard boxes, the new ones?
I don't. I actually do. I will show this on screen. He's not painted yet, but I do have a 3D print of Loki featuring alligator Loki.
Hey! Is that from Tom in Belgium?
It's from Tom.
Yay,
yes.
Tom.
I want to try and get him painted up for the weekend. He's not in my list, but I thought I would bring him along as a mascot. But he's not done yet, obviously. But he's going to look great when he's done.
Nice one. Yeah. Super cool. If you want to borrow mine, you can borrow mine. If you want a mascot.
No, it's okay. I only need him as a mascot, not as a piece.
Okay.
I'm off the hard stuff.
Okay, so it does look like he's going to throw. I thought the throw is medium. Is it only short from the card?
It's a short throw. Yeah, sure.
Okay. And it's away, so they're wondering if... I think he can clear it. They're wondering if they can clear a Thor, but I think that's a perfect parallel line, and so I think it's okay. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No,
there you go. He threw him into Thor.
Yeah. So Lady Jane got thrown into Thor too.
Who didn't block anything.
Yeah. So there you go. Take that. 3 hit points. Problem is, now she's still there, ready to go, and Eye Hulk is sitting on 3 hit points.
He'll be all right.
Trust.
Maybe. Yeah. Trust the process.
I love that. I love that expression. So funny. What's this?
This is the charge.
Oh, she's charging backwards, so to speak. Love it. Amazing. Good old MCP.
This is a big roll. Big roll here.
3 hits with a crit. Okay, she can't explode the crit, so that's 3 hits. Oh, God, he saved 1. He saved 1. But she can reroll from fucking Loki. And she doesn't make it.
And she's got, so she's still got Loki's reroll?
Oh, is that her own rerolls?
The charge has 2 attached to it.
Oh,
2 rerolls attached to it.
Okay, now
here's the Loki reroll.
Oh, God.
That's the big one. No!
Son of a...
Damn it. Oh, Kain cannot catch a break here.
Oh, my God. That is such a kick in the jimmy, man. He almost made it. Gil's drawing it out. Oh, let me pay for another reroll. Oh, my God. All right, so Eye Hulk's dazed and drops his extract. He is sitting on 10 power, though, so he'll heal a lot with the Immortal token getting thrown over. or whatever it is added to him.
So yeah, this isn't entirely over yet. There's a blade there with 10 power, and that can do a lot of damage. I don't know if he'll be able to get into range to double spender Thor, but a double spender to Thor is no joke here.
Yeah.
He still may be able to secure the days. So let's see, I suppose, what happens here. But that wasn't great.
On the plus side, with Eye-Hulk being bleeding, Blade 2 will get that benefit if he stays within 2 of them at the end of his activation.
Yeah, good point. And Kain does still have the Siege of Darkness in his back pocket when Eye-Hulk wakes up, and no doubt that's going to be a priority activation at the start of the next round. So
yeah. Is Blade Spender range 2 or 3? I can't remember.
It's range 3.
Okay. So unfortunately, the Eye-Hulk might be in the way, sadly. Otherwise, that might have been a range 3. That's range 4. That's his glaives. Okay, right. Then he could advance. Yeah, and then he'd be
if he gets the hit, which
he gets the hit.
He might
need bats. Did he use bats?
Yeah,
he didn't bring.
He hasn't got bats. Yeah.
All right. Oh God, it didn't get it, but he got a crit. Okay, time to go riverboat gambling. Nope, he rolls into a shield. Oh no.
So Thor is bleeding now, which is good. Which is good. That's objectively good. Thor is bleeding.
Oh no. Oh dear. All right, what does Kain do here then with his second action? Maybe go pick up that extract. I don't think the bump.
If I could bump, missing that hit sucks.
Yeah, I know. Such a little. I'm telling you though, but if you don't sacrifice appropriately, this is the kind of stuff that you should expect to happen to you. Okay.
I've already lined up my chickens for the weekend.
Well done. Smart. Now everybody knows the secret of the London Meta's success.
No!
He's just out.
Just out. Oh, the agony.
Poor Kain. Oh my God. Oh man. You know, as I understand it, he's picking up his girlfriend from work after this is over, and I hope she's a sensitive young lady who can help smooth over this guy's wounds, his emotional wounds after this game. This is the only thing he got going after this. All right, so he's decided to move instead with his second action and I guess pick up that extract. Yeah, pick up the extract. Problem is now he's within easy range of that middle secure, which means that the middle, these guys are going to teleport over and hammer them.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Blade's pretty resilient to both of those guys, so he can reroll all both physical and mystic, including skulls, and he has the power to do it. So he might be all right.
Yeah, considering his luck, it should be no problem at all, right?
Yeah, should be fine. It should be fine.
I was talking to Grant once at a tournament from the Throwing Dice podcast. And he's, how'd your game go? And I was like, man, I couldn't do anything wrong. Oh, and he's like, yeah. I said, like, he's like, oh, would you like to do this? I think this would be a good idea. And the dice like, yeah, sure. That sounds great. Let's do that. You roll them and they're like, yeah, come up. Oh, I have a great idea for a comic book strip or comic strip, like a newspaper comic strip. But I wish I knew how to draw. But it would be called Talking Back Dice. And it would be a wargamer and dice, but they could talk back to him, or the person. And so whenever he would be pissed off at them and yell at them and say, what the fuck are you doing? They'd be running back like, what the fuck are you doing? You positioned like a like a complete idiot. Or you're like, all right, if you want this to go well, you know where to put us in the nice soft velvety case after the game's over. You know, stuff like that. Would that be funny?
I'd watch it. I'd read it.
Oh gosh, I wish I had those kind of skills. I need a writer. I need a drawer, an illustrator. Who's in? Talking back dice.
So we've seen Zemo move up here, just do one regular attack. It looks like he got he's currently got 4. We're seeing Kain reroll 2 of his dice here. 3 of his dice. 3, 2, 3. Sorry. Anyway, he blocked 3. So he's just taking 1.
That's good times. Who's the target? Was it Blade? Yeah, Blade.
Yeah.
Ooh, hot take from Glenn in the chat. He says Werewolf by Knife is a decent counter to Asgard. Oh, Glenn, you're gonna have to justify this revelation.
I'm actually I'm on Team Werewolf by Night as well. Yeah. I think that goes great. That Howl ability, stacking power drain and stacking conditions like Root on characters like Asgard really sucks. Yeah, and the clapback is good. He heals. I think Werewolf by Night he definitely has a place here. I would much rather have had Werewolf by Night than Ghost Rider in this situation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I have him in my list. Okay, so it looks like miraculously Baron Zemo did not take down Blade, and so Gills had to portal Loki 2 into the fray, and now is going after Blade. But Blade's got good mystic defense.
Yeah, and he's still got those defensive rerolls, so he maybe make this happen.
3 hits, but 2 crits. And those crits roll into another hit, so he's got 4 hits. Now he gets his reroll.
He doesn't. He can't reroll his own dice.
Why did he?
Oh, but it's the Zemo reroll.
Oh, Zemo. Yeah.
He can't use the leadership. He can use the Zemo reroll. That's a big hit.
5 hits into 1 save. Now Blade's gonna spend 2 to reroll 2 dice. He needs this.
It's all up to any dice, including skulls.
Yeah, including skulls. Yeah, it's a nice one.
Yeah.
Oh, great save.
Oh,
fantastic.
Yes.
Saves it all.
Come on, Kain.
Oh, no,
yes. Listen.
It takes 1.
It takes 1.
Takes 1. Love it.
We take those, right? We take it. That's fine.
Yeah. He's got to do it one more time. One more time. Come on. Come on, Blade. Did he get moved? Gil's changed his tactics. He's attacking the second action into Iron Fist for some reason. Oh, it's the spender, so it's an AoE. It's a bloody AoE. Right. Oh my god, it just gets worse and worse. So this is only 2 hits into 1 save so far.
3 hits into 1, so he's alive.
Still alive. Yeah, but Loki 2 randomly has an Area 3 attack that doesn't cost that much. Like, you're always like, oh, Area 2 for 7 power. Okay, maybe once in a while. This guy's just like, sure. Bam, 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 bam. All right, here we go. The big one. Second attack into Blade. Loki rolls 4 hits.
Ooh,
2 saves is a crit. Crit rolls into another save. He's gonna, I'm sure, by his rerolls, he gets 2.
Maybe
dice.
Not. Oh no, he should definitely at least reroll that skull. You don't want to reroll into more skulls, obviously. If Blade lives, I think it's just a win.
He took it. He took it. He took the damage. He
okay.
Took the 1 hit.
Yeah.
And called it a day. Yeah. Okay. I think it's another spender, so I imagine Iron Fist has to go again. This is part of the spender. You also get to push people. Because, yeah, more stuff. How's that left doing you?
Oh, it's doing good.
Yeah.
It always feels silky when it goes down.
It does.
Good beer.
You're so right. It's the perfect winter beer. I don't drink these during the summer. I don't like them in the summer because they're just too much. But in the winter, oh, it's just like a warm blanket that you're wrapping yourself in.
Oh.
Only 3 hits into. He almost saved it. 3 hits into 2 saves, and he takes the
conversion from Zemo. Did it?
Man. Oh, all these things that would be so much more dramatic. Oh, dear. Is your partner a fan of beer or more of a wine drinker?
She likes gin.
Gin. All right.
Yeah,
Ooh.
gin's a drinker. We do drink wine as well, but we don't drink that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Well, you're part of the younger generation. Everybody likes to keep saying about how much they don't drink. The younger generation. That's because they're busy doing weed and ludes and other exotic drugs that are being brewed up by chemists on the corner. I mean, come on. They never mentioned that aspect of it.
and saving for houses, deposits.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
Yeah, as it turns out.
Also, I'm going to Japan in
February.
5 or 6 weeks.
Yes,
so
exciting.
yeah,
good for you.
So holidays over drinking, I suppose.
Try to, you'll have some nice sake out there. You can also try to look for Asahi Black. You know, Asahi Lager, but they have it a black one. Oh, so good. Sort of like a stout. Try to find it if you can. I
will do, for sure. We've got the itinerary is almost in place, so we're going all over the place. It's going to be really fun. Amazing. I think the only thing we're not going to see that I'd like to see is the monkey hot springs.
Oh yeah,
monkeys chilling in the hot springs. I'd love to see that, but
it's so funny. Yeah. I saw that when I was a kid once on TV, and it's just like it's a winter wonderland around them, and these apes, they're so relaxed in their hot tub, you know, having snacks. It's really decadent. And then a bunch of monkeys. That's so cool. Okay, so that was the end of round 3. Gil's up 10 points to 6 on Kain. Hulk converted. He's got the immortality token. As I mentioned, he had a lot of power on him, so he healed 10 out of his 15 damage. So he's on a 5 right now, so that's ideal. And Kain's up.
So there is a pretty nice play here that doesn't rely on dice from Kain that will definitely secure him at least one more round. Which is patching up from...
Oh, he's got patch up, of course.
Yeah. So iHulk could be back 5. So he might not even... I mean, I definitely would go with iHulk here. He just needs that punchy activation.
Yeah.
Just to come in and do some work.
I mean, Thor is at 4 out of 9. That is definitely within striking distance of dazing him. Although Iron Fist could go... does he only have 6 power? I'm not sure about Iron Fist if he flipped or not.
He should have flipped here.
Yeah.
I think... Yeah. See, I think what's going to happen here is I think Kain is going with... he's going with Blade. He's going to try and power through Thor here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's got the full rerolls. So his spender is a 7 dice mystic attack. It has full rerolls if the target is bleeding, which he is, which is obviously a really good attack. So
yeah, 6 hits into 2 saves. That's 4 going through. If I'm doing this right. Yeah, PHP Chrono's reminding us about the clapback, though, the Thor 2 could have that could take down Blade with only 3 hit points left. Whose idea was it to go to Japan? What's the impetus?
We both wanted to go for years, but my partner goes on a
you gotta
long
be kidding
trip
me,
each year.
dude! After that awesome hit, naturally, it's Odin's blessing.
No, I mean, I take that at this point. It's out of the way, right? This is just all that's going on here. Is iHulk is being set up to kill everything. Fine, we're just going with that. That's what's happening.
All right. So this is the move as part of the spender, and he's got enough power to do it again. So let's see if he does it again.
Oh, here's the clapback from.
Okay, so it's crits and wilds that we're looking for, right? Nothing.
Hey,
wow.
Things are looking up.
Yeah. It's all coming up, Kain.
Yeah.
So both of you just had an interest to going, and so you made it happen.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, we both work in London. My partner goes on like a big trip each year. It tends to be with her friends, but I am lucky enough for her to be going with me. I've never been that far abroad. The furthest I've been is the Middle East. So
Mm.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
It's like a whole.
It's
It's
just kind of,
another alien universe. When I went there but ages ago, before the internet, literally, and it was like in another planet. Honestly, because the English was just not existent for the most part, and they just do things so entirely differently than Western cultures do, which is fantastic. But that was really exciting. So I'm wondering if it's the same now with the internet, but you never know.
yeah, I've no doubt that we're gonna have a really good time there. It's nice going somewhere and actually planning it all out because I've not really done that in the past because when you're going on like week-long trips or whatever, you might have a couple of things. You're like, okay, well, or particularly around Europe, right? You can just kind of pick a thing and do that on the day as you're there, and you might have a couple of things in mind. But with this bigger trip like this, we've obviously planned things out a bit
Yeah.
more in advance. So yeah, it's just gonna be a good time.
You gonna go to a tea ceremony?
I actually don't have that on the itinerary, but that is one of the things that fits in to the day trips because we've got like the trips to different districts and stuff like that planned out,
Okay.
but not the specific activities in each one. Would you recommend it?
Oh yeah. As a Brit drinking tea, I mean, you have to. I think, especially you. You enjoy your tea quite
I
often.
do.
Yeah, and so the ceremony is just so beautiful, and the tea is really quite tasty, a little bit different. I mean, it's not outrageously different, but it's still just something really nice. Um, I'm very sensitive to caffeine, and it gave me heart palpitations. It somehow had a lot of caffeine in it for some reason.
Oh,
um,
okay. So
Go
we've
ahead,
got
Lady Thornhill.
Blade.
Yeah, is it Blade
This
again?
is yeah. So this is Blade's second action.
Yeah.
He is buildering into Baron Zemo, which is weird.
Yeah.
Is that
Odd.
Baron Zemo?
Trying to bleed him, I suppose. Yeah, so he can get more heals off. But I don't know. I would have just done another spender into Thor 2 and hope for the best.
Yeah, me too. Maybe he has some plan in mind, though.
Yep. A fiendish plan.
Yeah. I'm a bit worried about the clapback as well. So he's in range of Loki. So if Baron Zemo's clapback does 1 damage on his counter strike, Blade will go down.
El Mofar is making a good point. Now would be a good time to siege.
Oh yeah, and he also could have spent the power to shake the. Blade has the ability. I can't remember the name of it. Sorry, I don't have the card in front of me.
Yeah,
But he could
something
spend a power to shake any condition. Yeah, inhuman physiology,
or
maybe.
half breed physiology, something
Oh
like that.
yeah. So we could have just avoided that extra damage, which would have been nice.
Siege would be good here because then Iron Fist could do his gainer, get 7 power, and then when he activates, he do gainer again, get 8 power, and then boom, the spender's online again.
Yeah, I definitely would have liked to see at the top of this round siege being used, honestly, by almost anyone. Any activation of these guys when like using the siege would have made me happy. But I'm sad about the spender, not double spendering Thor. I think that
Yeah, I
would
would have
have
done that.
been a
Yeah,
move.
I was
Yeah.
wrong about Iron Fist though as well because he has to spend 2. Thanks, Nick. He has to spend 2 for doing the siege attack, so he wouldn't have been enough power anyway.
Unless he spikes,
He spikes.
which admittedly has not been what Kain has been doing.
Yep.
But he could have. It's possible. I think at this point, right, he's quite far down. So you're just looking for those outs. And I think Midnight Suns are a team full of good outs in these situations. So
especially with siege in your back pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. And Nighthawk's not likely to go down here.
No. Not likely.
If he's in range 3 of Thor, he might just die though. With a double. Oh no, he's only got 4 power. Okay, never mind. I was going to say double spender, but he doesn't have enough power. So Thor can obviously absolutely crank out the damage here, but I think he probably won't get him with 2 7 dice attacks, or a 7 dice and a 10 dice might do it, but maybe not.
Okay. I think that's Blade done. That looks like Thor 2 is going to try to take down the mighty immortal Hulk. Did you read that comic book series?
I have it downloaded, actually, on my phone, but I've not read it.
I wonder where...
apparently it's quite dark.
Yeah. Which I like about Hulk. I should read it. Maybe I... Ooh, Marvel Unlimited had a sale, but I think it just ended on the 6th. Oh, well. Yeah, that makes me intrigued to read it. All right, here we go. Thor 2 doing his normal attack into I-Hulk. He's got 5 hits.
It's another big hit.
With the trigger, right?
Big.
Yeah, 1 save.
All good.
2 saves with a reroll. But I think Loki reroll makes another hit. 6 hits into 2 saves, 4 going through. Oh God, he's on 8 out of 15 already.
So this was the spender, which has a place and a throw on it. So
I see. Okay.
I think there we go. Iron Fist is about to take a Thor to the face. So we'll see how this goes. He could die from this if he blocks nothing. He does block something. Let's see Iron Fist activating again.
5 damage being saved against, and he saves literally nothing.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oof.
You should be taking 5 there, right?
Yeah.
Or does the blank count? Does the blank count for martial artist?
No, he should be KO'd.
He should be KO'd. Oh, amazing. Ooh, what a bloodbath today. I think this is Thor.
Well, I mean, while I-Hulk is still here, there is every possibility that he just cranks it out and gets the wins, but it's looking less likely.
Yeah. So Thor's second attack moved 3 more damage through, so he's on 12 out of 15.
Yeah. He hit 2 wilds mean 2 lightning arcs, which means 1 damage to each of the enemy characters within 3 if he wants it. Just another good source of damage here. So that
takes down Blade as well. No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blade took 2 hits off of that arc damage, and now he throws I-Hulk into irrelevancy.
So it's not a throw but a push, but this is looking pretty bad now. Yeah, I don't really see a way back in. It's too many pieces you've lost.
Yeah. Wow. It's not easy. You need to have a very strong plan in mind when you're playing against Asgard these days, and have a bit of luck on your side.
Oh, this might be a tabling, because we've got the throw from
yeah,
and that's it.
Did he do it? Oh God.
Yeah, we did it. Block 1, takes 3. Ooh, rough.
Even with I-Hulk on the table. Wow. All right, we tend to do a quick recap of the game, not play by play, but just like your general impressions. Give us your thoughts about how you think this match went before we go talk to the guys in their channel.
I actually think that the teams were actually pretty well suited for each other. I suspect it was always going to end up in a hiding for one side or the other. I think a couple of potential mistakes from Kain really snowballed the game. So like not using brace, or rather spending brace at the wrong time, not using I-Hulk offensively maybe, but I am not an expert with Midnight Suns. So yeah, and I think Gil did a really good job of closing out the game. I think that's really the thing, right? Is that whilst Gil got an advantage from some of the stuff that happened, he made all the right decisions to close it out. The dice go that way sometimes.
Yeah, I forget what else was in Kane's roster altogether, but I'm not sure. So, I mean, CGR needed to be played more cagely than he was here. And I'm not sure about I-Hulk doing the safe grab. You know, I think Kain had to decide, is he going to be an attrition force? Is he going to be a scenario force? You know, and tailor his team accordingly. And against...
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And against Asgard, I don't think... you go with the attrition route. They're just better at it, especially with this combination of crises. That was also kind of dictating how this match was going to go.
I actually disagree with that. I think there was every opportunity for Gil to win the attrition here. I think a couple of decisions, the strategic decisions like that turn zero thing of having Iron Fist go up to the top of the screen. I think with the power of the activation and the power of the Heroes for Hire, I think that would have really given him a good bunker in the middle. I think the biggest, I think it was a couple of mistakes, like putting a Ghost Rider in the middle got punished, and iHulk not attacking as many times as he should. I think really, even here, not patching up iHulk to remove the immortality token
Yes.
would have given him, a couple of things like that. Just like small things, but were absolutely jumped on by Gil. So he did a great job of like capitalizing on small mistakes.
Yeah. Also, a Blade didn't heal himself when he finished his activation with all the bleeding characters around him, which would have saved him here as well.
Yeah.
All right. Should we jump into their channel and see what they have to say about the game?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Angus, I'll see you over there. All right, everybody. If you got questions, as always, do throw them into the chat, and we will endeavor to ask the gentleman about it. Let me see. There we are. Gaming tables. And there they are. Hello.
Hello, Norbert.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Angus.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much, guys, for letting us stream the game tonight. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure. We were laughing a bit at the dice at some point.
Yeah. You're welcome. You should have heard the laughter at some point.
Well, yeah, this game was pretty intense, as it turns out. So let us talk a little bit about it with you guys. Gil, I was interested about your deployment, in particular how you kind of weighted everything to the left side of your table, so the bottom of the screen that we're watching. What was the thinking there?
I didn't want anybody to get isolated against iHulk. I'd rather team up 2 and 2. So I wanted Zemo and Loki together because Zemo protects the Loki and the other one. And then I thought, yeah, he can get the 2 points over there, and then I'll get the extra. And if I was lucky, I could have grabbed the center, or go to the center. And if he didn't bring somebody in, I could have jumped over and either contest or. And actually, the plan was turn 1 that Big Thor was going to be teleported up by Loki, so he could move on to the point, hit somebody, get him to move, or just flip and go over to Iron Fist and try and take him out. And then Loki should just run up. And then after I ran him up, I was like, oh, I forgot to teleport Thor. I was like, oops.
Oh, okay. And then, of course, you failed the double 2 teleports right at the top of the game, which kind of screwed you up.
Yeah, that was a bit. I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, but that wasn't as bad as, the dice. I had some good attack. The first attack with Thor into Ghost Rider was just obscene.
Oh, yeah.
And tried to do nothing. And then failing the dodge as well and just going, oh, he went down. And then the turn after, boom, straight down again. It was, wow. We didn't expect that.
Sure.
I definitely didn't.
So, Kain, let us go over to you. Kain, first of all, tell us where you are in Poland.
Okay, so I'm in southern Poland, like a city called Bielsko-Biała.
Is that near
about
Katowice or Krakow?
Yes, both actually.
Yeah.
Like Katowice is 60 kilometers, Krakow is about 100, probably less.
Oh, okay. Wow, you're really far south.
Yeah, almost at the border. I mean, I have a border like 15 minutes with the car.
Yeah, wow, amazing. A little scary as well these days, but okay.
Not that border. There's the southern border. The chill people, there. Not the east border.
The chill people. I have a story. When I first moved to Europe, one of the first away events I did for War Machine was to go to a Polish Masters that was happening, and it was in Krakow. And I was like, okay, cool. There's a Ryanair flight going direct there. No problem. I don't speak the language or anything, but I'm a gamer. Other gamers should be fine. Anyhow, it's apparently very common for a very heavy fog to go into the valley that Krakow and Katowice are in, or Krakow is in. So I had to land. They diverted the flight to Katowice, and I was like, oh, well, what am I supposed to do now? But apparently it happens so often that they have a bus service that just takes you to the Krakow airport from Katowice if there's this fog. Does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah, and let me tell you a secret. It's not a fog. It's a smog.
Oh, smog. Oh, right on. So anyway, but it was lovely. It was my first away event. The guys didn't speak much English, but they all did their best for me, which was really nice. And I ate fantastic food and drank great beer and got crushed by incredibly good players. So that's my story about Southern Poland. Oh, and I learned about Sobieski vodka, which I love to this day.
Oh yeah, but there is more vodka than just Sobieski in Poland. You probably know.
I definitely know. I have stories. I have stories to tell, but not for this.
Oh.
This is a family-friendly podcast, so
we just don't have time to go through all those stories.
No, there's a lot. We need another stream for that. So Kain, okay, thanks for letting us in. So I guess your meta then is in that Krakow, Katowice area. Is that right?
Yeah, mostly with Katowice. Krakow, I don't really know many. Yeah, no, they are. Sorry, I almost forgot about the Krakow guys, and then I recall that the first tournament I went in Marvel was in Krakow. So yeah, sorry guys about forgetting for you about you. So yeah, we kind of drive between those three places, but we also last summer in June there was a Polish championship, like 48 people, which is pretty good tournament, I would say.
I'm thinking of coming to the one in June in Warsaw.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
please come. Right. The last year was excellent, and this one seems to be even better. And the TO there is great, so I highly recommend it.
Excellent.
No, but make sure you're including the London lot in your invite to that, dude. Because I'd love to go.
I will, but I'm going to have everybody sign a waiver that I am 100% not responsible for what happens in the land of very cheap vodka and beautiful women and really fun gamer dudes. So yes. Other than that, I'm happy to have everybody come along.
You finally got me to make the face, man.
Yeah. I missed it. I did it. I did it off. You're off. Damn it.
Oh, we have stories from Poland and drinking and old hotels.
Moving right along. But yes, Angus, remind me, because it is actually a very cheap trip, and those guys are great and easy to get to, and it's in June, so it'll be fantastic. Kain, tell us a little bit, when you saw the Double C crisis come up, as well as Gil's killer meta-killing Asgard list, what was your basic plan of action? Like, what did you have in mind when you chose your team and how you deployed, and what was your basic game plan going to be?
Okay, so first thing is, when I saw that we got instructions, I was like, this was probably worst thing that could happen, because Blade really doesn't like to be at the midpoint with those people. Yeah. They are some mean people with mean energy attacks, and he doesn't like that. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna park you there just to threaten this point, but you're not going to do much that game. And so, and then the idea was grab the other point with Iron Fist. If someone would be there, he would do the tiny bump back to be a bit more safe.
Yep.
And then the basic idea is I grab Thor by the leg. So not like the movie version that I do it with Loki, but then I wanted to pound Loki with Thor.
Yeah.
But that didn't work because my Ghost Rider, well, he wasn't very sturdy enough. And then on the top of the round 2, Hulk did 7 dice damage and 7 dice attack, 0 damage.
Sad. It was sad. We're all feeling for you.
I'm gonna throw as well. So
he fumbled the throw on top of that, and then it all went down from there.
Hey, what was the idea though? Were you trying to attrition, or was it really just to take down Thor 2 and then try to get points to go for the win?
I was trying to get as many extracts as I can, pull him into me, and then probably kill Thor and score it out.
Okay, makes sense.
But yeah. Probably my mistake was that I should have done the activation with Blade first. He was here, so I'm not sure if he would reach it.
Mm-hmm.
Something he was there. One, maybe with a bump, but he still couldn't pick it up. But I should have activated him first, let him take some damage, and then activate Ghost Rider last. Probably a bit greedy, but I didn't expect really to get 6 damage with 1 attack.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I was expecting you to hold off on Immortal Hulk until the end of the first round to threaten that middle point, because Gil didn't have anything that could walk up, grab it, and walk back, unless maybe Thor could do that on a medium base. So maybe he can with the place. Anyway, I thought you were going to hold off and threaten the one below all bump double attack.
Yeah, I think I table talked him into mentioning that. Oh, you could, one below and grab the point and run off, and then wait and see. And,
I was thinking about both of those, but then once he messed this up, this option with pushing Thor, I was like, okay, this is only 1 attack. She's Jane, did nothing. There is an opportunity there. There wasn't. It was a clever trap.
Yeah. So is your plan to often safe grab with iHulk? I've never seen that before.
No, not really. That was the first one and probably the last one.
Oh, okay.
Don't do it at home.
Lesson learned. Bam.
Yep.
One of the chat people here, Rob Rob Scott is asking whether you could have thought of going leaderless, considering that still do Midnight Suns, but just not have Blade as part of the mix.
No, definitely not. I mean, I know people shit on Blade, and he didn't do much this game, although he forced Odin's in pretty desperate situations, so I think he's not that bad as people say. And just the leadership is, wow, it's probably, in my opinion, it's the best leadership in the game, or second best, maybe behind the Hellfire Club.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely at top, and especially with iHulk, it's amazing, I would say.
Okay. What else would you have taken a different roster now in hindsight?
I was thinking about getting the Red Skull 2, but this is definitely not his. I mean, what? I can park the grunts here and someone come up here and okay, there's nothing there anymore. So no, maybe Mummy instead of Iron Fist.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's better. Mummy he has the damage reduction, but with like 4 energy damage from Thor, and then her 8 dice from her spender. He wouldn't have a good time. So I'm pretty happy with the roster. It just was the plane was good. The pilot was terrible.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Angus, any more questions for Kain?
Yeah, I mean, we've covered most of them, but I just had one. The last activation that Blade got in the game, you spend it into Thor, but I think you spend it into Zemo after that. I was just wondering why you did that instead of just...
Okay, so because I messed up, I should have moved my Blade here and heal Hulk with the energy he had. And I was just like, okay, I'm just going to move here. And then the moment I put him down, I was like, oh, God, what did I do? So then the idea was I do the blades, the throwing blades. I get a trigger. I got there, and I do the same thing. And I have 2 people bleeding next to me, possibly. But that's just because, like I said, I made a mistake. I should have parked him here and heal Hulk. And he would lose the immortality token.
You could also have patched up from your Immortal Iron Fist into Immortal Hulk as well on that activation, because it's not active as well. I thought you were going to do that. And I was like, yes, Kane's back in it. He's ready to go. It's Hulk.
Okay, then you just like put me down even more because I didn't think about it.
No, sorry, no. I was like, I'm sure he's saving it, man. He's saving it. He's got everything he needs. He's got his 3 attacks. He's still got Siege. I'll back him, Kain. Let's do it, bro. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, sorry to disappoint you.
No problem, man. No problem. It was a great game. I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah. Although you need to learn how to sacrifice to the dice gods better, because or at all.
I don't know what I must have done something really bad in the previous life, because this Hulk doing like no damage. This is not an exception.
Yeah, not acceptable. No.
if you were noticing that we were playing a little bit slow in turn 3, it's because we were too busy laughing at the insanity of the dice rolls. The defense was good on my part at that point, and 7 and 9 dice and no damage. I mean, the spender from Iron Fist, 0 damage, only a splash damage on Jane, and actually that was it.
Yeah, he thought it was at least he did. I was like, oh, at least he did something.
Yeah. So we were like, as Kain said, I mean, instead of tilting, we just had to laugh at it because it was just, it was,
yeah,
it's,
yeah. All right, moving over to you then, Gil. Seemed like you took a pretty straightforward team here. Anything in peculiar about the match that you want to call out?
No, I thought, I was expecting Ihawk, so I was like, I need stuff that can deal with him. And being mobile. So, and I thought, I still want to play Loki on this scenario. And then it worked out because my options was, instead of Jane and Zemo, I could have brought Sif and Beta Ray. And I thought, no, I'd rather have Zemo with Loki because that works out well also when he does his spender. Easy to get the damage through and get to move people. And Jane doing for Midgard and throwing stuff is just fantastic with Ihawk.
I love the Jane pick.
Yeah, I mean, when at one point we're standing in the middle, I was like, I can't pick up the token if I kill him because I'm going to do for Midgard down to a max range. So I get the 2 rerolls and still have 1 reroll with the leadership. That's 3 rerolls. I should get the throw. And that's when I threw him into Blade and dazed him the first time. I was like, yep, that works. He drops the token. I can't pick it up. That's fine. He's down. I'm going to go ahead on points, and I'm up on attrition. I lose priority, but I'm still in a good position. And I still have Mikael left and stuff. So I thought, that works. I'm very happy with Jane. Her mobility
why didn't you use her as the leader instead of Loki?
Because I wouldn't get defensive rerolls because everything would be in my face, and you have to be outside of range too. That means I would get a free reroll on attack in range 2, but a lot of times I could also use my range 3 on Thor, so I wouldn't get a reroll to try and get the trigger. And I knew I would have enough power, so I thought, that works. And then Loki gets a lot of power, and he can jump in, do his spender, move people away, and jump away again. As I did the one time in the middle, jump in, did a double spend. I was like, okay, I won't have power to pick up if I want to jump away, or I'd either pick up or jump away, one or the other. I thought, that works fine. And it's easy to use his leadership on this one because, as soon as we're in range, I will have defensive and offensive rerolls. And I thought against him and Ghost Rider, I would need defensive rerolls as well.
Okay, cool. Angus, what do you got for Gil?
Yeah, I mean, I thought you just did a really good job of jumping on the the bad dice of Kain, and I think the projection of threat was really on point. Like I said, I really love the pick of Jane. I think having the 2 big beaters that are good into size 4s is a key to your victory here. Also the Iron Fist. I was feeling glimmers of hope from Kain as Iron Fist was living a little bit too long and things like that. But you managed to shut that down. It's hard to say, isn't it? Like when you execute something quite clinically, like you did here. I just thought you did a really good job. The only one, I guess, when you're thinking about a matchup like this, when your opponent has some really strong pieces and turn 1 pressure on the board with Asgard, how are you handling that turn 0, turn 1? What are you actually thinking about? What are the big pieces you're thinking about? If you could just let us into that.
Well, one of the things is I want to try and control the matchup with the big guys. So I mean, if it's obvious where the big guy's going to go down, I don't mind putting Thor down early because then I'm not giving anything away. So if I know we're going to be in the center, I'll just put him down first. So that way I know Hulk is going to come across from him, and then I can wait with the others and see what he's putting where, so I can try and get the better matchups. For me, I was going in this one, I'm thinking over here is easy for Loki because he can't run across that one. Over here, worst case, he can just run up next to the building and Zemo. So I could always run somebody here if I needed to and don't have to run on top of the building. So I thought, yeah, they'll go for this side. And then just ignore that one. Put these guys in the middle, and with the portal, I can always jump out if I need to. And then I wanted to throw all the terrain before he threw it into me.
Yeah.
I think that was
that worked.
key.
Yeah, that definitely was a key. And then, like you said, the chain throwing my Hulk again. It was definitely better than having a Bill and Sif, I think.
Yeah, I think so too, because her getting 2 throws with you placing Blade right there, I was like, oh, that's just perfect. Just go for the throw twice, and with a reroll and 6 dice, there's an average chance of getting it. Getting it twice, I mean, yeah, that is lucky without the Zemo with just the leadership reroll, but sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. Sometimes you fail the intrusion jump twice, 4 out of 3.
Yeah, that's not great.
At least you don't take damage from it anymore like you did in the beginning.
Yeah,
that was
good point.
failing twice and taking 2 damage, and you just back where you started.
Yeah.
Oof, that was rough.
All right, Gil. First of all, thank you both again for letting us stream the game. Congratulations, Gil and Kain. You only got 1 loss. You're still in it. Don't forget, you're allowed to drop 1, so don't worry.
A bit hard to get more than 1 on the first round.
It's just a warm-up round. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
exactly.
Don't get baited by Gil into doing a grab with Hulk next time.
Yeah, totally.
I'll listen to him.
Yeah, it's psychological warfare. Not good. Gil is also, though, the lead TO, the event organizer for the World Team Championship, which he's hosting again this year. Gil, do you have any spoilers for us?
I do.
Ooh.
I do. As some people know and have heard, we are looking at 2 hotels this year.
Okay.
I've got the price and offer for the new one, which is really good. One thing they agreed to, cheaper beers.
Okay.
Yeah.
We like that.
Yeah, so the beers is 45 kroners, which is cheap for a hotel in Denmark. So that's about just under 6 euros.
Okay.
Which is almost half of the 60% of what we paid at the other hotel last year.
Okay, yep.
And I've kind of settled on them because of the price, but the old hotel really, really wants us back. So they are looking at coming in with an offer to match. So we want to stay there. I gave my number saying you have to be close to this number before I can even consider you. And then we want years. So they're trying to get it. Guy, you have to make it. So they're trying to match our offer, and they're working on it this week. So hopefully when I come back from the Mutant Weekend the next week, I'll have an answer on if they match it. So next week there will be information coming out of on the date and the venue. I've already set up a Discord site where there's going to be this year, so people can have the fun stuff and everything aside. So there'll be a channel just for announcements where only the committee can put stuff in. You can read, but you can't write. Then there'll be a captain chat where the captains can talk about serious stuff.
Yep.
And they can post. And then there'll be one for polls where you can answer polls we put up if we have one.
Right.
And then there'll be 1 or 2 general chit chat for everybody.
Okay. Oh, that sounds really good. So that's not available to the public yet.
No, as soon as I've got the answer with the hotel, so I can put that up. Whether and there will either be an announcement we're doing it this hotel, or there will be a poll up saying we have these 2 options, and there's 2 different things with it because we have to up the price a little bit this year, but it's either a little bit or a little bit more. And depending on what they come back with, we might have a poll asking the captains, which would you prefer, this or this?
Okay.
And then we're actually going to let the captains decide which hotel we're going for.
And also, the new hotel is actually only 2 stops on the metro from the airport, so it's not terribly inconvenient either.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's a regional train. So instead of going to metro, there's this normal regional train that goes into town center. So you jump on that, and it's 1 or 2 stops on that line. Or you get 5 guys in a big taxi, and you pay. Each person will pay double of what you pay in a train, but you go door to door, and it's like 7 minutes in a taxi.
Okay, so it's not. The point is okay. It's not across the street like the original hotel, but it's also not very hard to get to.
No. It's super easy. I mean, compared to anywhere else we've gone to,
Yeah.
it's still the easiest, except for the last hotel, which we can't really beat crossing the street.
Of course not. Okay,
But it's
cool.
still
That's great news. Exciting. All right, brilliant. Okay, guys, and yes, we're looking forward to seeing you, Gil, our Danish representative at the Mutant Weekender this Friday. So I can't wait to see you. And
remember, I'm coming in tomorrow. So I'm going to play at Bad Moon Cafe. I told you weeks ago. I knew I had to remind you.
Oh, okay,
so,
yeah. I didn't put you down. Okay.
I'll put me down tomorrow. I'm going to play somebody.
Okay, cool. All right,
so
great.
I'll be landing at Heathrow at like 11:45, and then I'll go into town, put me in a hotel, and then, I don't know, jump around and get to Bad Moon at what time are we getting there?
6 to 10.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for reminding me. I'll see if I can make the arrangements. Okay. Angus, thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure spending so much time with you tonight, and you gave a lot of insights to the match, so I really appreciate it. And thanks for kicking off 2025 with me.
Yeah, man. Hopefully I can come back on. I've had a great time.
Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that. Fantastic. I didn't scare you off with horrible jokes.
No, you never do. You never do.
Okay. I know you always do manage to keep hanging around, so I guess it's okay. And thanks everybody for watching. So also for the chat. The chat has been fantastic. It's so exciting to be back here. I always feel energized after the Christmas break and having a fresh new start to MCP. So we hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope you tune in for our next stream, hopefully next week. Until that time, have a great time and enjoy playing MCP. Take care, everybody. Good night.